Hey guys, what up? Total Control 871 here at a very, very loud, noisy Hamilton Mall. Okay, so today I'm going to be chiming in with the latest edition of Civil Right Parasite Business Financial Report Edition. I guess you guys already have seen the naked bike ride videos. After a long drought, I couldn't help but notice on my channel there was quite a drought of lack of cycling content. So hopefully that drought is over. All right, getting back to today's topic, Civil Right Parasite Business Report, Business Financial Report Edition. So, I got, starting out today, or should I say a little while ago, I was asked to leave an establishment. They said that I was loitering. The money has run out. We're at the end of the month. I get paid tomorrow, so I hadn't purchased anything that day, so I didn't put up a big stink. My point is that it was indeed an immigrant woman, black immigrant woman, that asked me to move along. And she was very nice about it. Very nice. Didn't go out of her way to embarrass me. And she said, but it was her parting words that left a haunting resonance in my mind. She said, "You can't stay here," in her Nigerian sounding voice. I don't know exactly where she's from, but it's most likely Nigeria. An immigrant telling me, an American citizen, that I cannot stay here. Alright, I pretty much made my point on that. Anyway, so like I said, I didn't give him a bunch of grief. Limited memory, by the way, so I'll try and keep this short. This is an incredibly loud-ass mall. Not only are the boisterous teenagers behind me incredibly loud, but the televisions that they have are incredibly loud, which takes me to my next point in the financial report. Let's have a look. Check out the glaring vacancy in this mall. Just vacant. It's almost 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Lord knows I haven't had money to shop in a mall in quite some time. The mall, we have our boarded up establishments. That's about 2 or 3 different stores, if I'm not mistaken. The mall, they kicked, before I had picked up the cycling again, the mall had kicked the bus people away from the mall. More boarded up stores. Again, this is mid-afternoon. Boarded up. Chicken now does pretty good. Here is probably the perennial favorite of Hamilton Mall, Cosmo's Pizza. They make a good pizza. Unfortunately, their pizza is incredibly expensive, at least now anyway. If I'm not mistaken, I think like a slice or maybe 2 slices is like $8 now. It's the mall is eerily vacant. It has a very high vacancy rate. We can see our tables, and here we are, like I say, we are at about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Look at these tables, untouched. They do have cleaning staff. very good cleaning staff, and they will straighten up as the day goes, but these tables, man, they're untouched. This is more than just simply a cleaning crew cleaning up. These tables are untouched. So, what happened to America and America's money? It also makes me wonder why the televisions are so incredibly loud. If I had to hazard a guess, I think they're trying to fill such a large volume of space with sound, with some kind of sound. You know, I don't think this mall has music. I don't think it's ever had music, you know, like mall shopping music or whatever. I don't think it's ever had that. But what happened to America? What happened to America's money? I think we're what, one day after, it's like 9/12 now, one day after 9/11, so maybe this will also serve as my belated 9/11 update report. Like I said in my 9/11 memorial video last year, America never truly recovered from the devastating financial blow. Matter of fact, I was at Walmart at around midnight from when the day was changing into 9/11, you know, 9/10 to 9/11, and a worker came out and lowered the flagstaff. And when you're homeless, the days just blur and run together. And I asked him, I said, well, who died? You know, I didn't hear of a national tragedy. He said, it's 9/11. A lot of people died. A lot of people did die on 9/11. However, in my considered opinion, I don't think that's why the day is memorialized. I know it might sound messed up, but the government doesn't care about your life. I don't care what race you are, what economic class you are. All they care about is money. And that's what happened on 9/11, a devastating blow to the American economy. So, in my personal opinion, I think flags are lowered at half-staff for it. The loss of income in the way. To date, we have not recovered at all. This mall is just ridiculously vacant. As a matter of fact, I wanted to film this video as quickly as I could and hopefully get it uploaded on the Wi-Fi. I think last year, a mall security came by and told me that I couldn't have the bike inside. I was on my way out anyway. Matter of fact, it was strange the way he did it too, because I had picked up some food here and I was headed out. You know, matter of fact, I was at the exit door when he was like running to catch up to me to tell me to leave. And I told him, I made it very matter of fact and very blunt. I said, fine, that's fine. I don't mind leaving. I'll tell you this though, with the vacancy rate being what it is. Okay, and I spoke to him from personal experience. Not a theory, but personal experience. But I told him, when you kick people with money out of your establishment, especially a place like this that's struggling, you know, all three of its anchor stores now are circling the drain. You got JCPenney, you got Sears, JCPenney, and Macy's. I think Dayton or something is their parent company. I don't know, whatever it is. Point is, all three anchor stores are circling the drain, and it's not looking good at all. And I told him, I've made it very matter of fact and plain. I say, when these places start dropping their gates one by one, believe me, it's security that they come for. Okay, when they start slashing the fat, they like to slash security. I mean, after all, who's here to secure? Just making it plain. So, anyway, but I didn't give him grief either. All right. Also, finally, I'll close out with an update on, because seeing as how we're talking about civil rights parasites, my civil rights parasite ex-bus driver buddy. As I was coming in to the mall, he was going out. We passed through the same vestibule at the exact same time. Kept his head down to avoid eye contact. Hey, it is what it is, and it was what it was. I'm fairly certain that he knows about my YouTube channel, and he probably knows that I've blown the whistle on his hypocrisy. But anyway, I saw in the news today, but couldn't help but see and hear, it's so damn loud, our Amtrak driver that caused the fatal crash, 8 people killed. I think one of them was an attorney woman. Excuse me. I think that may have been a second train thing. Right, I think the attorney woman was killed when the conductor claimed sleep apnea, fell asleep, Anyway, the point is, though, is that all charges were dropped against our Amtrak driver. This is the result of him being able to hire a very good attorney. And how was he able to hire this attorney? Because he's paid a very good wage. Why is he paid a very good wage? Because he works for or with a very strong and powerful union. Just like my ex-bus driver buddy. He works for a very strong, powerful union. As a matter of fact, they go for physicals every year, if I'm not mistaken. I won't give you I'll spare you the details, but there was one particular year where both he and a number of other drivers didn't care for the particulars of one such physical, one such physician's method of conducting the physical. Now, had he have declined to partake of that part of the physical, he could have very well indeed have lost his job, a very good, well-paying job. But the point is that he, along with his union co-workers, voiced their displeasure, and they now have a new doctor. How were they able to flex that kind of union muscle and power? Because somebody had to sacrifice. You see, going all the way back to when the railroads were first being laid, when America was in its infancy. I believe there's a very famous story, the Matewan Miner story. Just Google it, and you will learn that people had to sacrifice incredibly in order to form the first union. And ever since then, capitalistic pigs have been at odds with these unions. Famous movie, Norma Ray. What it all means is that a great deal of people did a lot of sacrificing, getting arrested, getting fired, and in some cases, getting murdered. Also that he and his co-workers can have the power and the might to make their own decisions. He gets to feast at the table of civil rights parasites. Alright, so that's what's going on. That's the status of our local economy. Check it out. See? They sit idle. They stand idle. Stirring. Keeping the food fresh. Fresh looking anyway. It's not good here. Not good at all. This is the product of America not having enough money. I was talking on YouTube with a conservative who did this big long video, this sanctimonious platitude about how poor people choose to be poor. And if you're homeless, well, then you made choices that mean that you're homeless. So, and of course, he himself, a highly paid union man. So this is a product of America not having enough money. The mall itself, it's new, it's modern, attractive as malls go, I suppose. So it's not like they just simply let the place fall into disrepair. People just don't have enough money, you know. It's as simple as that. You can't shop if you don't have any money. It's kind of why I didn't give our immigrant Nigerian grief, as she told me, "You can't stay here. I can't stay here. She can't stay here. People like me are fighting to keep her here, and a bunch of others." So, okay, I guess that's a different topic. That's it for today. Total Control 871. Come do some shopping. They need it.